What if the most satisfying vegetable you ever grew was also one of the most forgiving, the most productive, and one of the most nutritious plants you could put in your garden soil this season? Most people walk past cabbage at the garden center without giving it a second look, assuming it is too complicated, too slow, or too ordinary to be worth the effort. But here is the truth that experienced gardeners already know. Cabbage is an absolute workhorse of the home vegetable garden, capable of producing dense, beautiful heads packed with vitamins and flavor, and with the right guidance even a complete beginner can grow it successfully from seed or transplant to harvest. Today we are going to walk through everything you need to know about growing cabbage in the United States, from choosing your variety and getting your timing right, all the way through watering, feeding, troubleshooting, and that deeply satisfying moment when you cut your first firm, heavy head from the garden. Cabbage belongs to the Brassica family, which also includes broccoli, kale, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, and it shares with its cousins a strong preference for cool growing conditions. This is one of the first and most important things a beginner needs to understand about cabbage, because it shapes every decision you will make about when and where to plant it. Cabbage is not a summer crop in most of the United States. It is a cool season vegetable that performs best when daytime temperatures stay between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and nighttime temperatures drop into the 40s and 50s. It can tolerate light frost, and in fact, a light freeze often improves the flavor of cabbage by converting some of the plant starches into sugars, giving the harvested heads a sweeter, more complex taste. What cabbage cannot tolerate is sustained heat above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which causes the plant to bolt, meaning it sends up a flower stalk. The head becomes loose and bitter, and the growing season is essentially over for that plant. In most of the continental United States, this means cabbage is grown as either a spring crop, planted outdoors as transplants 4 to 6 weeks before the last expected frost date, or a fall crop, started from seed in midsummer and transplanted into the garden in late summer for a harvest in autumn or even early winter. In the deep south, parts of California, and other mild winter regions, cabbage can be grown as a winter crop, planted in fall and harvested through the winter months, when the rest of the country is under snow. Understanding which growing window fits your specific location and climate zone is the foundation of cabbage success. And getting this timing right matters far more than any fertilizer, any soil amendment, or any pest spray you could apply. Variety selection gives you meaningful control over your growing experience and your harvest. And there are far more options in the cabbage world than most beginners realize. Green cabbage is the classic type most familiar from the grocery store, with varieties like Stonehead, Erliana, and Copenhagen Market producing compact, dense heads that store well and work beautifully in everything from coleslaw to sauerkraut. Red cabbage varieties like Ruby Perfection and Mammoth Red Rock add striking color to the garden and the table, and tend to be slightly more heat-tolerant than their green counterparts. Savoy cabbage, with its deeply crinkled and blistered leaves, is considered by many cooks to be the finest flavored of all cabbages, and is more tender and delicate than smooth-leafed types. Napa cabbage, also called Chinese cabbage, has an elongated shape, mild flavor, and faster maturity than round-headed types, making it an excellent choice for gardeners new to brassicas. Days to maturity varies widely across cabbage varieties, ranging from about 60 days for the fastest early types to 100 days or more for large storage varieties. And choosing a variety with a maturity window that fits your available growing season is essential. If you have a short cool window before summer heat arrives, choose an early maturing variety. If you are growing a fall crop in a long season climate, a larger, slower maturing variety can reward you with massive, impressive heads. Finding the right spot in your garden for cabbage begins with sunlight. Cabbage needs full sun, defined as a minimum of 6 hours of direct sunlight per day, to produce the firm, tightly packed heads you are aiming for. Plants grown in too much shade will be loose, leafy, slow to develop, and far more vulnerable to disease and pest pressure. That said, in regions where spring temperatures warm quickly, choosing a spot with afternoon shade can help protect your cabbage from the heat that triggers bolting, giving you a few extra weeks of productive ecloproductive shuts the season down. Soil preparation is one of those foundational investments that pays returns throughout the entire growing season. Cabbage is a heavy feeder that thrives in rich, well-draining soil with a pH between 6.0 and 7.5. Before planting, Work 2 to 4 inches of finished compost into the top 8 to 10 inches of soil, which improves drainage in clay soils, improves water retention in sandy soils, and adds a slow baseline of nutrients that your cabbage will draw on throughout the season. If you have access to your Cooperative Extension Services soil testing program, a soil test before planting is genuinely worthwhile. Genuinely worthwhile because it tells you precisely what your soil needs and prevents the guesswork that leads to either deficiency or excess. Cabbage can be started from seed indoors 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting, or purchased as transplants from a garden center, which is the easiest path for beginners. When transplanting seedlings into the garden, space them 12 to 24 inches apart, in rows 24 to 36 inches apart, with closer spacing producing smaller, but more numerous heads, and wider spacing allowing each plant to develop the largest possible head. Plant at the same depth the seedling was growing in its container. Firm the soil gently around the roots, and water in thoroughly. Cabbage transplants can handle a light frost but should be protected with row cover fabric if temperatures are expected to drop below 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Water is where many beginner cabbage growers go wrong in one of two opposite directions: too much or too little, and both cause serious problems. Cabbage needs consistent, even moisture throughout its growing season, about 1 to 1.5 inches of water per week from rain or irrigation. Inconsistent watering, alternating between dry spells and heavy watering, is the primary cause of one of cabbage's most frustrating physiological problems, which is head splitting. When a cabbage plant experiences a period of moisture stress, followed by a sudden surge of water, the interior of the developing head takes up water rapidly and expands faster than the outer leaves can accommodate, causing the head to crack or split open. Once a head splits, it must be harvested immediately, as the exposed interior deteriorates quickly. To maintain the even moisture that cabbage needs, water deeply at the base of the plant rather than overhead, which keeps the leaves dry and reduces fungal disease pressure. A soaker hose or drip irrigation system set along the rows is ideal. A consistent layer of organic mulch, 2 to 3 inches of straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips laid around the plants and between the rows, dramatically reduces soil moisture evaporation and helps buffer the boom and bust moisture cycles that lead to splitting. Check soil moisture regularly by pressing your finger 2 inches into the soil near the plants. If it feels dry at that depth, it is time to water. If it feels moist, wait another day. Fertilizing cabbage effectively means understanding that this is a plant with a high demand for nitrogen in its early growth phase, followed by a shift toward phosphorus and potassium as it begins forming its head. At planting time, the compost you worked into the soil provides a gentle starting baseline. About 3 weeks after transplanting, when the plant is actively pushing new leaf growth, apply a nitrogen-rich fertilizer such as a fish emulsion solution, a balanced granular fertilizer like 10-10-10, or a side dressing of blood meal worked lightly into the soil around each plant. This nitrogen boost drives the big, leafy vegetative growth that forms the foundation of a dense, heavy head. As your cabbage plants shift from leafy growth into head formation, typically, when you can see the inner leaves beginning to cup inward and overlap at the center, ease back on nitrogen and focus on ensuring adequate phosphorus and potassium, which support the dense cellular structure of the developing head and the plant's overall resilience. Avoid heavy nitrogen feeding during the heading phase, as it can push loose, open-leafed growth rather than tight, firm heads. Organic fertilizers are particularly well-suited to cabbage because their slow release naturally mirrors the plant's shifting nutritional needs across the season. Unlike fruit trees, cabbage does not require pruning in the traditional sense, but there is an important management practice that functions similarly. Removing the lower yellowing leaves that develop as the plant matures. These spent outer leaves serve no productive function. They trap moisture against the soil surface, provide habitat for slugs and other pests, and if diseased can spread pathogens to the rest of the plant. Removing them cleanly and disposing of them away from the garden bed keeps the plant cleaner, improves airflow at the base, and reduces disease and pest pressure. Some gardeners also remove small, damaged, or distorted outer leaves throughout the season to keep their cabbage plants tidy and well ventilated. Cabbage faces a recognizable roster of common problems, and learning to identify them early makes management far easier than waiting until a problem becomes severe. Cabbage worms are the larvae of the familiar white cabbage butterfly. and they are the most universally present pest of homegrown cabbage across the United States. The moth lays small yellow eggs on the undersides of leaves, and the hatching, green caterpillars blend almost perfectly with the leaf surface, making them easy to miss until they have eaten large ragged holes through your outer leaves and begun working their way into the developing head. Inspect the undersides of leaves regularly, handpick any caterpillars you find, and apply Bacillus thuringiensis, commonly known as BT, which is a naturally occurring soil bacterium that is lethal to caterpillars when ingested but completely harmless to beneficial insects, birds, mammals, and humans. BT is one of the most effective and environmentally responsible pest management tools available to home gardeners. Cabbage loopers are similar in appearance and damage to imported cabbageworms but move with a distinctive looping motion and tend to feed more aggressively. They respond to the same management strategies. Aphids cluster on the undersides of cabbage leaves and on the growing point, sucking sap and excreting sticky honeydew that promotes sooty mold growth. A strong stream of water from the hose dislodges most colonies, and where populations are heavy, insecticidal soap spray applied directly to the insects provides effective organic control. Clubroot is a soil-borne disease caused by a slime, mold-like organism that causes the roots of cabbage and other brassicas to develop swollen, distorted, club-shaped growths, blocking the plant's ability to take up water and nutrients. Affected plants wilt on warm days, fail to develop properly, and eventually die. Clubroot survives in soil for up to 20 years, and there is no cure once it is established. Prevention is everything. Maintain soil pH above 7.0 with lime applications, which discourages the organism. Practice crop rotation by never planting brassicas in the same spot more than once every 3 to 4 years. And if clubroot is confirmed in your soil, plant only clubroot-resistant varieties in that area. Downy mildew appears as yellow patches on the upper leaf surface, with a grayish-purple fuzzy growth on the undersides. Thriving in cool, humid conditions. Black rot is a bacterial disease that causes V-shaped yellow lesions at leaf margins that expand inward, eventually turning the entire leaf and head black and rotting. Both diseases are best managed through crop rotation, resistant variety selection, good air circulation, and avoiding overhead watering. Slugs love the cool, moist conditions that cabbage also prefers and can chew large irregular holes in outer leaves overnight. Diatomaceous earth, sprinkled around the base of plants, beer traps, and hand-collecting slugs at night with a flashlight are all effective organic slug management strategies. Harvest time is one of the most satisfying moments in the vegetable garden, and knowing when your cabbage is ready is a skill you develop quickly with a little practice. A ready cabbage head feels firm and solid all the way through when you squeeze it with both hands. The outer leaves may have begun to look slightly loose or papery at the edges, but the head beneath should be dense and heavy for its size. Cut the head from the plant with a sharp knife at the base, leaving 2 or 3 wrapper leaves to protect the head in storage. Cabbage stores remarkably well in a cool, humid environment, staying fresh in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 weeks, and in a cool root cellar or garage for up to several months depending on variety, making it one of the most practical and economical crops for home garden. Food storage. Growing cabbage gives you something that the grocery store version never can: the experience of watching a tiny seedling unfold its first true leaves, expand into a broad leafy rosette, and then quietly begin to cup its inner leaves inward day by day, until one morning you walk out to find a solid, beautiful head sitting there in the garden, ready for your table. It is a vegetable that rewards consistency, observation, and a willingness to get your hands into the soil. And once you have grown it successfully that first time, you will find yourself planting more of it every single season. If you love learning about seasonal flowering plants, gardening tips, nature care, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nature Nurture Hub, your home for year-round garden inspiration. Let's keep growing together.